just leave that up and let's go outside real quick.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
What are you trying to figure out?
Oh, nothing. I know. I'm just.
She's gonna take videos. But you know they're posting videos.
No, not the whole thing.
Oh, not the whole. Oh.
After
Just back.
why is it that you want to do this? Why do that? It's even above me. The other hand, it's never done. Here, I can drive it. Here, 38.
But all it is the screen sharing your voice. You're actually not.
Full display.
So it's really just like watching an area. Yes. The microphone's here. So, yeah.
Try not to like walk around the room.
It will pick up all of the sounds in the room. So that's okay. But wherever I felt, usually people like stand here, you know, and present. So usually that's how it is. Like if you stand this
I do
way.
a little bit of pointing, but I guess there's the laser.
There is the laser. It's a green laser. So you can do that. Okay? It's good? I'll let you go.
Yes. French frigate shoals. Turn on. I have a lot of pictures from French frigate shoals. That's where I go on the summers, on my summer getaway. And yeah, it's like at the end of the island. Turn Island is kind of a runway. And so at the end of the island, there's this little east beach, and then it breaks away. Sometimes it's a big beach, and sometimes it shrinks, and then it broke in half, and then Trick Island's over there in the background. The creation goes on just a mile away. But yeah, it's a nice little scene. Sure. I go away from home. No, I just want to cruise to drop them off and pick them up.
What a dog.
Yeah, my summer days are kind of. Hey, Cap, what's up? Ryan here?
I told him to talk about it.
Surf's good, that's why.
Yes, sorry. We could start at 3. You got 2 minutes. 2 minutes? Just kidding.
I can start early too.
Want to start early?
Yeah.
We will wait.
Yeah.
One more. We'll compromise.
Build
We'll start at
suspense.
2:59. So my intros are very short. I just see your title.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is?
Social media for the blind months ago.
Oh, the title of the presentation.
Not your
yes,
title.
yes.
And that's it.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. It's only Sundays that you guys do Zoom for presentations. You have stuff every day.
We have school groups in this room that we host, and we also do volunteer training. This is like our multi-purpose room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm so bad I never come to any other volunteer trainings.
You should.
Tracy does.
She does.
Schofield.
Yeah.
They spend a lot of time.
And we used to have our seminars on Thursday evenings
Yeah, that's right.
in the theater.
But
Parkinson's, they're broken. So we gotta get those fixed. I won't go back to Thursday evenings.
yeah, we got a better crowd.
Well, it's bigger room, so it's container effects, bigger room.
Yeah.
But if you compare the two, it's kind of interesting because it's always been like half the size of the room. So like we get about 20 people, which is
No
half
matter
the
the room size, yeah. So might as well
So it's
have
definitely,
a little
container.
stadium.
I know. Be like, yay, there's 100 people here. So, okay, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Aloha and good afternoon. Welcome to Sundays at the Bay. My name is Mahia Lani. I'm the Outreach Coordinator with the Hanauma Bay Education Program. Today we continue learning about monk seal research in Hawaii, and we have Mark Sullivan, who's going to talk about social media for the Hawaiian monk seal, or hashtag monk seal. With that said, let's give him a round of applause.
Thank you, Mahelani. Thank you, Hanauma Bay Education Program, for having me and hosting a whole month's worth of monk seal talks. This is just the third. Next week will be Dr. Stacy Robinson talking about aversive conditioning and using audio deterrents for seals. Really interesting. If you're free, come by next week too. But I'm going to talk to you a little bit about social media and using its benefits for the Hawaiian monk seal, which seems a little bit trivial. I know we all mostly know what social media is and how to use it and seeing seals on it. But we're kind of just experimenting, starting to just learn more and more about what's going on with seals and how we can maximize social media. So bear with me while I go through a couple basics of what social media is and Instagram and all that stuff. I know you guys are probably all on it a lot more than me, maybe. I'm not a social media expert by any means. I was the last of all my friends to be on Facebook or anything like that. But I just kind of started noticing lots of seals and inappropriate pictures of seals on social media and kind of felt like trying to curb it. Do what we can. So what is social media real quickly? It's a tool to share and exchange information on the internet. 4 words, it's global, social, ubiquitous, and relatively cheap. You can download a free app on your phone and just go to town and start posting things. A quick glance at the world's population, 7 billion people, 3 billion of which use the internet, 2 billion of which are on social media. Growth over the last year. Thank God the world population is only growing at 1.6%, but internet users at 20% and social media users at 12%. It's getting bigger and bigger. Who uses it? Guys like this. Obama, back in his campaign in 2012, pushed a lot of things. He was like tweeting a dozen tweets per day at least, I think, just telling people what he's doing, what he's thinking, lots of transparency, kind of getting his fans on his side. And I'm not saying that that's why he won the campaign, because he got so much more social media out than Romney, but it's happening, right? So that's all good and well for politicians. What about for science? Can we use social media for science? Well, it's happening. National Geographic is leading the way with 33 million followers. Everybody sees what they're doing. Of course, they have their wonderful pictures and captions and videos to share throughout the world. Bill Nye the Science Guy, I watched him as a little kid growing up, and he's still relevant. 500,000 people are following him. People still love him. There's NOAA Fisheries. The Hokulea I thought was neat, has 25,000 followers, same as NOAA Fisheries. You can see what they're up to. They post like once, twice a day from the middle of the ocean, from the Hokulea. They have the technology to do that, and you can see where they're at. They just passed Madagascar. They're hiding out in a harbor in Mozambique right now, waiting for a storm to pass before rounding the Cape. They're halfway around the world. Facebook only is Hawaiian monk seal research program. 6,000 is pretty good compared to NOAA Fisheries, 25,000, I think. And these are all Instagram followers numbers, but I just pulled a few off of, from my favorite people. So what does it look like? When you go and visit NOAA's Instagram page, you'll see a bunch of thumbnails like this. They're pushing a lot of good science. Weather reports, obviously. You can see their number of followers. You got scientists showing what they're doing, kind of thing. They post videos. They have to be short, 15 seconds for Instagram anyway. I think on Facebook you can say long videos. But they keep them simple. Then there'll be a caption at the bottom, pushing links and lots of info and stuff. So that's just a quickie. It kind of looks like a Barbara Billen piece. Here's another one from NOAA, highlighting their campaign, Species in the Spotlight. A couple little captions, like I said, very simple, very quick and to the point. It's for like the younger generation with a small train of thought. You know, it's got to be quick. So that's how I'm running this too. But anyway, so that's kind of the social media aspect of the presentation, what it is, and the rundown. And now we're going to bring it to Hawaii and monk seals more specifically. So you guys have all seen this map, and you know, in the northwestern Hawaiian Islands, NOAA monk seal program sends out our summer camps, a couple people per island, camp out all summer, do work on the seals, come back, turns into a black hole. We don't know what's happening throughout the wintertime when we leave, basically. But here it is. Here's what it looks like. French frigate shoals, no people around, happy seals. They even say so themselves. There's no people around, right? So yeah, that's French frigate shoals. And like I said, in the wintertime, we don't know what's going on. So it's kind of a give and take with people being around seals and social media. There's no one out there to take pictures of and post and let us know what's happening with the seals. We just trust that it's all good. We go back in the spring, see new pups born, some mummy carcasses of seals have died, and we just don't have much data. So we like being out in the summers, and we kind of like people posting monk seal pics. It kind of gives us a little more insight, right? But obviously we don't get that there. But we do get that on the main Hawaiian Islands on the bottom part of your screen. Looks like this. Welcome to DV's world. This is Sandy's over the hill. This is kind of a typical scene. Seals roped off. Everyone's being respectful, just standing around, checking it out. This one's at White Plains. Seals coming up, gonna haul out. Seals here are a lot more used to people, for sure. Some of the people are respectful, others are not. You know, some people, they just don't know for sure if the seal's alive. It's not. They want to get a reaction out of it. Maybe he knows, I don't know, but he wants to try and poke it, see what happens. And a lot of times, you know, they want to get the picture of the seal doing something other than just sleeping there, right? So you add that kind of attitude to what I call the selfie revolution. Nowadays, modern technology, everyone's got these wide-angle GoPros. They want to take pictures of everything. I developed this scientific formula that includes a modern-day photographer equipped with selfie stick GoPro, and then the new desire to post something cool on their social media account because they want to get more likes and more people to like think they're cool, right? And then they find something cool at the beach, like a monk seal, and that equals a potentially dangerous situation, or worse yet, wildlife disturbance. This seal seems to be okay. Doesn't even really know it's there yet, but who knows what happened after the seal? Did he try and get closer and closer, give it a kiss? This is Sandy's too. So it's not necessarily a selfie, but it's like, hey, take my picture with the seal. It's not enough to just take a picture of the seal. You got to be in there with it. You know, it's like, get me in with the seal. And so that's T21M, who's no longer with us, bless his soul. So why is this a problem? Selfies can be dangerous. In the last 12 months, more people have died taking selfies than shark attack. We just had a shark attack yesterday, kind of a big deal, but the person didn't die, just got injured. Imagine how many people get injured taking selfies, right? So seals aren't as dangerous as camels or sharks maybe, but people still want to pet them. They're so soft and cuddly, and they appear to be just so harmless on the beach. How could you not want to go up and just give them a good pet? This past summer in California, sea lions were stranding. They're all malnourished pups everywhere. It started kind of a viral thing where people would go and take pictures with, holding even like live and dead malnourished California sea lions, and they would hashtag sealfie instead of selfie, and they thought it was neat. And it just kind of obnoxious, right? So what do? We're trying to curb it. We're using Instagram. For those of you that don't know, although probably everybody does, it's a mobile app. We started just, the whole point was to show what you're doing instantly from my phone to the world, basically. Gets a lot of users. I see 5 to 10 monk seal posts every day. I checked it on the way over here. I saw Rocky's out at Bowls, Magic Island. There's a picture over a half hour ago, just posted a half hour ago. See, I get my updates by just searching the hashtag monk seal. Yeah, see? CB didn't even know that, so that's pretty good. And a key characteristic of Instagram is that it's a younger demographic that uses it. So when we're looking for things like wildlife harassment and stuff, the older generation kind of like less vanity and more respect for wildlife. Yeah, so it's these damn kids out there we got to keep an eye on. They're out there posting pictures, messing with the seals. So then at the bottom it says hashtags. I kind of explain what that is. It just groups themes together, and so it's easy to search and find them. See, DB's writing down the data right now. I love that. Yeah, see, Instagram data straight to DB, straight to Tracy. That's what we're doing. So what does a typical Instagram post look like? You get lots of photographers on it because it's visual. You have to post a picture or a video. It's not like Twitter or Facebook where you can just write, I'm at Hanama Bay. You have to put a picture of it up, right? So there's lots of pictures, lots of beautiful pictures. You can write a little caption at the bottom. This guy's Ken Woods says, Hawaiian monk seals in danger, population size of 1,100. Fortunate to appreciate them while they're still here. And then he goes on to hashtag all these other things like his photography, Hawaii, like popular things, and monk seal, Hawaiian monk seal. And so that's how I find it, because I'm only interested in monk seals. I'm searching hashtag monk seal. I see the picture. We're like, oh, cool, right on, right? And maybe try and ID that seal, although I can't really tell where that is. Monk seals in Hawaii? Yeah, in general, just so many different reasons why the population has gone down. And that could be a whole other reason. It's at a pretty high level right now of just about 1,000, and we're doing all we can to try and. Historically, yes, possibly, and for pelts and fat and blubber and all the reasons why people hunt seals in the past, right? So when I go and search monk seal on Instagram, you get all these thumbnails, you get a good variety of things. It's all in chronological order. This is from a couple months ago. You'll see posts without even monk seals. This guy's like, oh, I'm a merman, I'm a monk seal, check me out. This guy over here is in Greece. It's our colleagues studying the Mediterranean monk seal. They'll post a lot of stuff about their research and what they're doing without even a monk seal in the post, which is okay. It's in Greek anyway. I can't read it. But next to him is another Mediterranean monk seal named Adriana. It was an abandoned pup that was pupped on a pretty touristy beach. And she's habituated to people, so she climbs all over the beach chair. She gets roped off. It's really similar to our deal. It's amazing. And so I can see what Greek seals are doing just by searching for monk seal there. We'll go through a couple more of these. This one down here is on Kauai. I noticed that I read the caption under when you click on it. And so you got a lady walking towards, looks like a wean pup, and the wiener's checking her out. We got a little interaction happening already. It's not roped off because it's on Kauai. And it's just interesting. This next one on the shoulder right there, you can see there's an N45 bleach mark. That's Maka Evie. We can ID her easy. This one next to her, that superficial scar on the ventral, is L42, super obvious. And we see lots of pictures of her because she's kind of getting curious with divers in the water on the west side of Oahu. Lots of snorkelers, divers. They all got cameras because nowadays we all got cameras, even underwater cameras. And she's coming out, people are posting and saying like, oh, she was too close, she wouldn't leave my boat alone, wouldn't leave us alone, this and that. So we kind of like to keep an eye on those sorts of things. Next one lays a good 10, 12 feet in front of the seal. Not super bad, but just, it's there. This one is on Niihau. Lots of dive ops go off Niihau, Lehua Rock, and do diving there, and lots of seals obviously there. This is HO1 RW34 on the Big Island in Kona. She's the one that's hanging out the manta ray dive site. And she's super obvious because she's huge and she's got the bleach, and we'll talk more about her later. But the girl who posted this, it's a video, and then she'll actually at amongst you and say, hey, check this out. I saw your seal, because they know we're interested in. So she's already just sharing it with us and really contributing to our stuff. So that's neat. So you can already kind of see how we can use these monk seal pictures to supplement our sightings data, because we get great sightings from all the volunteers and people out there that call in and say, oh, there's a monk seal at this beach, so-and-so, but there's more to it. We don't catch all the seals, especially on islands like Maui, Lanai, where tourists will go, but we don't have volunteers there, and Big Island too. So let's talk about those. This is Rocky. She's off in the water eating. It's a pretty nice little thing. A guy says, oh, eating a moray seal, swallows the whole thing like a noodle. We know she's at Kaimana Beach molting. It's no big deal. Great, Rocky is around, but it's just extra data for us, and we don't often see a molting seal foraging and this kind of behavior. So to get this bonus stuff is, so you can see her foreflipper, that white little bit right there on her left forefooter. She's molting. It's definitely rocky. She just kind of looks at the camera. It's pretty neat. She tosses it around. So that's all well and good, but even more important than that is unknown sightings, sightings that we don't know about. Like I said on Lanai, we don't have anybody that are looking for monk seals or telling us about monk seals except for tourists that are taking a picture that they found something cool and they're posting it. And then the Japanese tourists, I think she had another post that was hashtag monk seals, so I saw that and saw her thing and then saw this one. And this is R329. She's a subadult female that we first saw on Rabbit Island with a big shark bite to her face. She was missing her eyeball and her whole face was hanging off, and we were concerned with her. She went to Maui. She was healing up okay, but we hadn't seen her for like a good month until I saw this post. And then it's just, reassuring. It's good for us to know and update our little survival factor form that she's healing well and she's been seen and she looks to be in good shape. She's not, emaciated and starving away on us. So that's kind of seal sightings data, the most important thing we're getting out of this. Other stuff is problem seals. We can kind of like see what's going on with usually juveniles, like this is LO6 on Maui. This is posted by Maui Kayak Tours, Aloha Kayaks Maui. It's a kayak tour. They go out Oluwalu, they run into the seal. They use this Hawaiian monk seal encounter as kind of an advertisement campaign, come out and go on our tour and see the monk seal, and then they see it every day. And what happens on islands like Maui, Lanai, and Big Island, there's not so many seals, so the seals tend to gravitate towards people to play with, especially juveniles. They don't have buddies to play with like over here they do. That's the theory anyway. And so they end up hanging out with people, and then as they get older and stronger, they end up nipping at people and holding on to people. And you have snorkelers, especially tourists, who can't swim well. They can barely, snorkel on their own, let alone with a monk seal hanging on to them. And then if, a monk seal bites your customer, if you're a guide, you're like, getting your monk seal out of here. And, it's fine and cute when it was so that's what we did. We translocated her to Laysan Island, in the northwestern Hawaiian Islands. And that was May of 2013. So this is March 2013. I think it was, could be wrong, summer of 2013 that we sent her out there. We haven't seen her since. So that was kind of a bad one. But no matter the outcome, we just like to get a heads up on seeing what's going on, the behaviors, and what seals should we be concerned about. So that's kind of the problem seals. They're already a problem. They're biting people. Seal of concern is kind of before it happens. So this is back to that fat girl on Big Island, HO1. She's got the HO1 bleach. Her ID is W34. So this is one of our posts, and we just kind of like put out a notification. Hey, Big Island, thanks to all the Kona dive companies so far for reporting. Here's the seal we're concerned about. You guys know her well. She's got this ventral scar. She's got the bleach on her left hip, and she's got her tags, so she's really easy to ID. And just kind of a basic, please never approach or feed seals. And then here's the number, really super number to call to try and get people to call in all the sightings, because we just like to know where she is, what she's doing every single day if possible. So we do that with like seal of concern can be a hook seal also, like Tahiti's hooked, she's offshore. We want to find her in a good spot where we can catch her and help her out. So hey everybody, look for baby. It's just a way of advertising and getting the word out about seals. So this guy Jeff, he's a good photographer on the Big Island, and he ran into W34. And look how fat she is. And so you can't really tell. If you see her left hip that she swims by, that HO1 bleach, it's just to make out a little kind of. And so, yeah, I know, she's amazing. So that's just good to see. You can see her body condition. You can tell a lot of things from a quick little video like this. And yeah, totally. I would think, we don't know for sure, but we definitely assume so. And so she is still, as of last week, hanging out with the manta ray divers and doing her thing. She hasn't been aggressive or approached anyone yet, but there's 100 people in the water every night checking out the manta rays, and she's there very regularly and just kind of in and out and through it and hanging out. But we're definitely keeping an eye on her, and we just hope she'll go back up to KOK on the pup like she did last year. Just forget about the whole thing, but fingers crossed, because we don't want to have to translate it. Next thing is quantifying takes. So obviously you have people messing with seals and posting it. It's a lot harder than it sounds. A lot of times people comment and say, "Can't you arrest this guy? Can't you make him fine? Do something?" because nobody likes to see seals being harassed, but it's just not that easy. Even when you get like, especially there's lots of tourists that just don't know any better and they'll walk up to a seal. This is a tourist on Kauai and she says, oh, this made our morning. It's so cute. All her friends love it. She goes on to post a video. Sorry, it's kind of windy. So it's just the same thing. It shows who it is. The bleach is VE1, kind of a weird bleach, but so that's RF30, just a juvenile. And you notice she wasn't like lifting her head or looking. All these juveniles are really habituated to people. They're used to people coming right up to them, so they do just like, yeah, whatever. It's not like in the main Hawaiian Islands, the juvenile seals don't run. Like you see you coming 50 yards down the beach, you could be sneaking out, trying to take zoomed in pictures. They'll catch a little sniff of you or something and be gone. So it's a lot different game here on the main Hawaiian Islands. This is a similar one on Maui, a tourist walking up to a seal. Oh boy, how can I go closer? And then this one kind of like lunges at her because it's not happy with it. Right? And you see she backs away. She's like, okay, that was it. It's alive. And then there's stuff like this. Yeah, you get this local guy on Kauai. It's not a take either. The seal's sleeping there. He's not harming, harassing, pursuing the seal. The seal's just sleeping. But yeah, it's obnoxious. We don't like it. So we went ahead and reposted it. You can see the little like repost icon over there. And then that's his account name. And so everyone can kind of like go to his account and see all about him and what he's posting. And then it just turns into this big string of comments and it got pretty heated. But anyway, NOAA OLE, Office of Law Enforcement, opened a case for this guy and they ended up just giving him a warning and making him delete his post. And that was it. And that's all I can really say about that. So anyway, so that's like public shaming, basically. You could call it that, right? So, because we put his name out there and said this is him, and obviously everyone's going to comment and say, dude, that's wrong, that's not cool. And so, yeah. Yeah. Totally. So we try to go a little softer than that, and we'll just crop out the name. And like this is within the last month. I think it was just a couple weeks ago. There's one on Maui, and I don't know where the other one's from, but molting seals. And we'll put out, this is our post, just saying a friendly reminder, guys, seals are molting during the fall. They're more irritable, so give them extra room to molt. And please, not stick your GoPro in their face like this guy is here. And so we didn't notify these guys, these posters that we reposted it, but the one dude found it, asked Maui, he's like, oh, thanks for using my picture. Please ask before using next time. He wasn't super stoked, but he still says great messaging, aloha, he's kind of playing along and he realizes that we're using him as a bad example and that's okay. And so this wasn't reposted. This is just her post. I do the arrow to show it's, she hashtag monks. So she says in her caption, he tried to bite me and too close, selfie gone wrong, ha ha ha, make a joke out of it. So then we just go and comment and we'll say the basics, please give seals more room for rest. And then she'll come back and see all the cute stuff and she ends up following us and, playing along and liking seals. So most people love the seals. They just didn't mean to get so close or they couldn't help themselves. So just working on the whole public education and public perception thing. That's kind of the next one too, improving public perception. So besides all the public shaming and bad stuff, we'll put up cute stuff among seals to get people to love them more and more. And then this is from Kalapapa, Molokai, a National Park Service employee took the picture and we put it up, say, hey, thanks NPS guys, you're doing a great job, thanks for all the data, because we don't get down there once a year maybe to tag a couple of seals. Thanks for helping us out, here's your pick, everybody loves it, good on you. And that's kind of goes into networking and collaborating with other organizations. So NPS, Fish and Wildlife Service, Hanauma Bay Education Program, lots of other organizations, Sustainable Coastlines Hawaii is a pretty big one. They have lots of followers. They host large-scale beach cleanups throughout the state. This was in February of this year when they had the Wanderlust Festival at Turtle Bay, and Honey Girl had just pupped, and they were having this big festival where all these hippies are camping on the beach right next to her, and then Sustainable Coastlines is having this beach cleanup at Kahuku Point right around the point. There's people all over the place. So we sent them a pic and kind of let them know that, and then they posted and says, hey, to all you guys, I know we're having this beach cleanup. just try and be cool with the honey girl. And, you know, we're not trying to hide her that she's there because everybody knows it. We're just saying, like, just give her some space and check her out and enjoy, but yeah. So they can hashtag Turtle Bay and Monk Seal and Wanderlust Fest, and everybody's in on it basically. It's just a big kind of conversation sort of thing. And so that actually kind of started a relationship between NOAA and Sustainable Coastlines, where this last May on the drop-off cruises up to the northwestern Hawaiian Islands, we took Kahi, the founder of Sustainable Coastlines, up with us, and he kind of rallied all the crew and all of us to do some pretty big cleanups of some of the islands, and started a project for our seal campers to do while they're in the summer, to like plot off a part of the beach and then clean the marine debris off of it, and then check the accumulation rates as more marine debris washed up. He has all these things going on. But basically, we're just kind of teaming up and starting to do things. He also organized to have containers sent out to Midway to work on taking some of their trash off Midway, because there's so much debris there, and they just pile it up into this boneyard, they call it. And it just sits there in this big rusty mess, and it just leaches into the water. So it's good to just get it off little by little, every ship that goes up, as much as possible. So he's working on that. He's got contacts with that, and it's really great. And so this wouldn't be a NOAA project without having data. So we got to harness this data. There's lots. So we made this little sheet basically, and it's going through every post that's hashtag Monk Seal. And these are from like February. You can see we're just checking out like how close people are to the seal, the person's attitude about the seal, obviously location and date, and then the seal's ID. Can it be ID'd? We already got like Benny, Rocky, Pohaku, Honey Girl, all the obvious ones we really easy to tell, like just one picture, one video, we can tell right away who they are. And then if there's disturbance, what kind of disturbance? What did the seal do? Is it just looking at the person? Did it open its mouth and bark like that one video? Or did it have to move a whole like body and they can consider a movement? And it's just different levels of disturbance that we're trying to check. And so of the last 12 months of Monk Seal posts, there was over 2,000 posts. 300 of the seals could be ID'd. A lot of other things that we're checking out. I won't go through all those numbers. But here you got like, so this is kind of an example of what we mean by people within 10 feet of the seals. So 3/4 of the posts did not have people within 10 feet of the seals. That's zoomed in, that's perfectly fine, that kind of point. The seals, but you can tell the difference of the one on the left. The photographer is probably within 10 feet using a wide angle camera, the GoPro, right up there sneaking into the sleeping seal. And then there's person in the frame that's within 10 feet is another category. And so that lady there is kind of running away. She's probably even closer than that to begin with. So not too bad, but a quarter of the posts involved 10 feet or closer, which is kind of a lot, right? And then of those, you get the seal's reaction. So that's what we mean by mouthing or barking. 15 posts only. I guess it's kind of hard to catch the seal, mid bark and then post that. So that's why there's so few of those. And then 46 of where the seal moved, I have 6 feet or more because of the body length and movement. And this guy said, in the comments, oh, one of the seals went into the water, so that's what we counted that one as movement. Can't tell. And then a quarter, we're just looking. But 3/4, no reaction. So that's a pretty good chunk, of the posts that people, and this is not just what's happening, but what people are posting. So if I took a bunch of pictures, I'm not going to post the one where the seal is freaking out at me. I'm going to post the one where the seal is sleeping. So there's got to be more. But no matter what, everyone loves the seals, whether they're disturbed or not. That's what we found out anyway throughout, kind of generally judging the perception of the comments. And there's only 12 negative things said of all 2,000 posts. So that's a happy ending, optimistic feeling. Here's another kind of milestone, feel-goody thing I just wanted to close with is that Hawaiian Airlines, with the help of Nature Conservancy, has put up this PSA on all inbound flights, on the flights with monitors, the little TV monitors. I haven't seen it yet, but apparently you go to the main menu, you get this banner across the bottom, it says help us stay wild, you can click on it, and then it'll show you the PSA that they came up with, which is just a general for, hey you guys, try to just not disturb seals, turtles, dolphins. That's kind of nice, and we've been working on Hawaiian Airlines and other airlines for a long time to try and get something like this up. And it's just a little heads up so people can't say, like, I had no idea you guys are monk seals. You know?
Please keep your distance and respect everyone involved.
And so they even play it in the first class seats. So when celebrities come over, they get it too. And so you get guys like Steven Tyler, and he comes to, well, I mean, he even knows how to behave around monk seals. He's telling everyone to shush. So with Steven Tyler, that's all I have for you. I hope that was long enough. And I will take questions from there. Yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for your attention. No, it was all so straightforward. You have to download the app just as if you weren't on Facebook and you started Facebook for the first time. You have to download the app.
But I just want to look. I don't want to.
Yeah, actually you can. You can do it without setting up an account. And then you can do it on your desktop at home. I said like it was a mobile app to begin with and you needed, it was specifically an iPhone to begin with, and now it's accessible through your computer at home. You just go to Instagram and you can search the hashtag monk seal and see all of it.
So all I do for you.
What?
I know all that.
All right, see?
You're my only source.
No, you're our source, TV. We look to you. You're like that. So yeah, it's super easy to search for monk seals nowadays, and you see what people are posting. You might not see everything, but it's still a lot. 5 to 10 every day.
Okay, more bleaches.
More bleaches, yeah, exactly. It does beg for more bleaches. Makes it a lot easier to ID from the pictures. They last a year because they molt every year, yeah? So if you bleach them right before they molt, there's no sense they're going to molt it up. We'll catch them after they molt. We'll give them a couple of weeks after molt because they got to grow that fresh stuff for a little bit. Yeah. And then it takes really, really vividly on the silver, freshly molted seals. And then as they start to get more ragged and brown and green, it's a little hard to see. You saw the HO1, it's kind of like the first picture, she was silver and freshly molted and came all nice. And then she's swimming in the water. It's already like months later. Kind of fades a little bit.
Do you ever address that they really have that light? And you might serve in California
Yeah, they're a little meaner in California, huh? Yeah, I wish they were a little meaner here in Hawaii too, but it's so rare that someone gets bit that people don't even think about it. And so they'll go on approach and harass. Yeah, absolutely. No, yeah, there's been a couple bites here. Mostly like with moms guarding their pups, and you get in the water near a mom and pup, she'll swim out. Right. Oh, I don't know if I can. Who runs the Monk Seal Research Program Facebook page? It's not me. It's one of my bosses. Yeah. But I think it's a few of. I think he passes it off to a few of us, but not me. He doesn't trust me with it, so I had to start my own. Yeah. Correct. It's connected to the Hawaiian monk seals.
Yeah.
The seals in the other part of the world. Yes, there's the Mediterranean monk seal, and there was a. Uh-huh.
Actually, south of the area that you can see, it came down with not about 25 years ago. It's down here for about 2 years. I was later in the presentation.
Yeah, totally. And evolutionary speaking, they're all connected. They're all phocids, pinnipeds, and monk seals are one of the oldest, if not the oldest, I believe, right?
You said you monitor tapes and all that sort of stuff. Have you ever?
No, not so much. It was just that last one with the guy with his arm around it. He kind of alerted that to NOAA OLE, Office of Law Enforcement, and they have to deal with other dolphin harassments and everything like that. And we're really reluctant to we've never prosecuted anyone really, unless you literally like kill the seal. Yeah, you know, you want to make an example of somebody, and we're kind of hoping that that would happen to them. It's really hard, they're busy, I don't know. And so it's a little frustrating, but baby steps. You got a warning. Yeah, you know, you gotta have a video of someone actually like chasing a seal into the water or worse. It's for them to do anything.
Several months back, there was Facebook. There was a guy who claimed that he was a student and he was out there tagging seals, and he was posing very close to it, and he kind of got called out on it. I know I was contacted. Somebody asked me, would somebody be out there tagging seals? I said, no, we were doing that at Vanilla folks. And as it turns out, he was a total fraud. He was just claiming to be something that he absolutely wasn't.
Interesting. No, I didn't hear about that. But...
It was originally, I think, posted on my career.
Okay. Yeah, even us, our whole program, we're very careful about posting anything with us working on a seal. It can be taken out of context in the wrong way, so we try not to. We'll just show the seal tag later and be like, oh, you know, look, I got the tag. We try not. No. Yeah, it's amazing people want to get that recognition and try to see it work.
Well, I think he was trying to justify why he was so close. I mean, he was literally right next to the seal. People were commenting on his responses. A lot of students, and I know they're tagging seals all the time. This is taken right after a tag. No, it wasn't.
Yeah, if you feel like you have to justify it, it's probably wrong in the first place. And then, so you wouldn't want to post it in the first place. So hopefully you wouldn't want to take the picture and get posted seal in the first place. So we're working on it. Baby steps. That it? Thank you everybody for taking some time out of this beautiful Sunday. Get back to your lives. Thank you.